You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now it's Griffin. He'll buy some time right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Now the ball comes loose. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
on 2nd and 7. Jackson dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Bills' 43-yard line.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
At the 20-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. To throw is Jackson. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
One more time with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
The kick is good.
Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
5-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run with a rookie from Utah. This is Zach Moss. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
He was tackled at the 46.
Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now, it's Moss. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
First carry here for Tywan Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Brought down at the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Allen's pass.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 12. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 50 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 12-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On play action, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
First down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him a more conventional way. And it's much more successful as well.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39, Allen. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Third down.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Allen now looks to throw. And able to find John Brown. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
The Bills' first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do,
and this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played.
You can fold it, you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Taken down back at the 18-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings
The
up
last run got 6. Now second and 4. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Ball carrier.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try and run for this with Moss. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down, Buffalo.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Moss. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Moss. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Ravens' 13-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Another run here with Dobbins. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 5.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. Caught right side. It's Snead. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Check 4. Check 50. Check 50.
They'll go again with Dobbins. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Jackson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Moss. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll run here with Moss. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. They'll run here with Moss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. To throw is Allen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Throwing now is Griffin. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Trent Murphy in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.